Ways to identify monitoring spirits. 1. Monitoring spirits are not strangers. They're people you know. These spirits do not like you. They are driven by jealousy and envy. They act concerned, but they don't care about you. They do not have your best interest at heart. They want to know about you, but not care about you. They don't monitor to hear the good news. They're seeking out to hear the bad news. Monitoring spirits are very hot and cold. They're speaking one day, the next day they're not. Pay attention to what these spirits do, not what these spirits say. These spirits do not like, comment, share anything that you post on social media. And they will not unfriend you. And when you unfriend them, they will ask you why. They ask questions that make you feel uncomfortable. Girl, You guys, stay alert, stay vigilant, because the enemy is out to kill, steal, and destroy everything that God has put in place to bless you. The same way that God has his angels dispatched to protect us, Satan has his angels dispatched to harm us. I encourage you to get closer to God and grow your discernment, because we're living in a time where there are snakes slithering all around us. And we as the people of God need to know and identify what's of him and what's not.
How's it going, butterflies? This is the Awakened Butterfly, and I am back with another video. If this is your first time coming across my channel, please stay for the entire video. If you enjoy this type of content, don't hesitate to like and subscribe to my channel. I hope everyone is having a blessed and amazing day. I hope everyone has been taking care of themselves mentally, physically, and spiritually. And with that being said, guys, I would like to talk to you guys about a serious spiritual matter that I feel has been taking place all over society, and it has been going on unnoticed by many. And as you can tell by the title of this video, we will be talking about familiar spirits. And as you guys know, with my spiritual awareness convo videos, where I talk about a lot of new age spiritual practices, and I expose a lot of the dark things that take place with these practices, as far as many witchcraft rituals and other divination practices. As with a lot of these spiritual practices, a lot of them were being conjured by tarot cards, tarot card readers, and other divination practices. Well, when these practices take place, guys, as I explained in a lot of my videos, a lot of spirits were being sought for guidance and protection. And many have desired and fully summoned possession from these entities, because they believe they will gain the full knowledge and personalities of these deceased people. And a familiar spirit is actually a demon that is being conjured by a medium. It's being summoned, and it communicates, and the medium is the person that summons and communicates this spirit. And many have become possessed while doing this, with hopes that this spirit will obey their commands. And in the results of these mediums doing so, they're asking these spirits many questions, and they're also, well, many are also making a job out of this. Let me say, a lot of people are making careers or side hustles out of being psychic mediums, where they will conjure these spirits for their clients, and they will ask these spirits questions concerning the client's own, personal reasons, or for guidance and protection, as well as any past events that they've experienced foreclosure. And these people are what I would call a psychic prophet, because a lot of these people will connect these practices with the Most High, and it has nothing to do with Yahweh, and it doesn't have anything to do with His Son Yahshua. So these things are being connected from Roman Catholic days and Greek mythology. And when communicating with familiar spirits, many people believe that they are actually being connected with and communicating with people in their life who were once in their life that are no longer in their lives no more. Meaning that they're deceased, and they feel like these people are now their guardian angels. They feel that they can now communicate with these people for guidance about any life decisions that they should make in their lives. They feel that they can consult with these spirits through psychic mediums about financial situations, about their love life, and etc. Anything that they may be going through. Once you start to seek these type of people, you will no longer seek God for anything, because you feel like you will no longer have a reason to. And I feel that that's what's going on. And in the Bible, what God has to say about familiar spirits, in Leviticus chapter 19, verse 31 says, "Do not turn to mediums or necromancers. Do not seek them out, and so make yourselves unclean by them. I am the Lord your God." In Isaiah chapter 8, verse 19, it says, "And when they say to you, inquire of the mediums and the necromancers who chirp and mutter, should not a people inquire of their God? Should they inquire of the dead on behalf of the living?" So these people are talking with dead spirits, which are pretty much demons, spiritually dead demonic forces. And people cannot come back after they pass away. Okay? I know that a lot of people, I was once fooled by these things, thinking that it was connected with my heritage, my culture, that, you can connect with your ancestors. I learned from all of that stuff that it's most certainly not true. And when you feel that you are connecting with these people from your past, or that you care deeply about in your life, you are consulting with demons. And it's hard for a lot of people to grasp, but it is most certainly the truth. Luke chapter 6, verse 26 says, "And besides all this, between us and you, a great chasm has been set in place, so that those who want to go from here to you cannot, nor can anyone cross over from there to us." Meaning that once you pass away, you cannot cross back over into the physical realm. So that is a big deception. Demons imitate your loved ones in order to cause a deception. And monitoring spirits are used by witches and warlocks to carry out spells and rituals. And when this happens, portals are being opened willingly and unwillingly. And what I mean by willingly and unwillingly is a lot of the sins that we commit in our everyday lives, unknowingly, other demonic portals that are being opened. These are the unwilling sins. And I say that because when we're not aware that these things are coming from the music that we listen to, or a lot of the things that we see on social media that we soak into our minds, our subconscious minds, certain movies that we watch, believe it or not, a lot of the foods that we eat, and a lot of the people that we associate with carry a lot of these demonic energies. And once you become so accustomed to certain types of behaviors and ways of living, it's like you're starting to become normalized to evil, because that's certainly what the devil is presenting in society today, guys. It is getting really, really, really bad out here. And it is very obvious that Satan is making his presence on this earth. And that brings me to a lot of the willing sins that take place. There are actually many people out here that engage in evil behavior, meaning they possess a violent and destructive demeanor. People who participate in an occult, performing occult rituals and practices. People practicing witchcraft and other forms of divination, psychic readings, tarot cards, crystals, even Ouija boards. And I'm going to do a video on that as well, talking about Ouija boards. I had an experience once where I went to a toy store, and that's crazy that they actually sell Ouija boards in toy stores. Now, I'm not meaning to get off the subject, but someone that I was with was trying to purchase one to take home for us to play with for fun. And I most certainly declined. So I told them, don't even purchase that while they were with me. And they didn't. They said, well, I was just playing. But I really kind of felt like if everyone in the group was down with the situation, this person would have most certainly bought it. I'm not with that kind of stuff. I most certainly don't play with Ouija boards. I'm afraid of that. That's something I don't want to tap off into. And yeah. But back onto subject. Spirits can also come, guys, disguised in the form of people that we communicate with very often. And I know it seems like I'm sounding like a broken record here, making these type of videos about familiar spirits and monitoring spirits. But guys, it's very important that you understand that once God removes you from a certain place or certain people, and you're beginning to elevate, and you know when your life is getting better, you can tell that you're not the same person that you once used to be, and you've changed for the better. And he starts to put on your mind some things about people that you never really thought about before. It was things that you saw as a red flag, but you kind of brushed it off because you always try to let their good outweigh their bad. And these people are coming around out of nowhere, and they're asking you questions. They're wanting to know everything you have going on. And I just cannot stress this enough, that there's a lot of monitoring spirits out here that is trying to keep up with God's chosen. And God's chosen, I feel, is anyone who's trying to walk with God and do the right thing. And as I always say, it's a threat to demonic forces, and it irritates the demons of many, the people that inhabit these demonic forces. And they will attack you in many ways, spiritually, verbally, emotionally, even, some people may even try and, physically harm you. So just know that these spirits come to, disguise the people that we communicate with every day, usually in the form of close friends, family members, and love interests. And this mask can be worn by the enemy. This mask that is worn by the enemy, it allows these demonic forces to enter your home. So that's, why I'm trying to stress that it is so important that you know who you're dealing with, because if you don't have discernment, a person can love bomb. They can put on a mask and appear to be one way just to get, in your comfort zone, and then the mask comes off. And it's hard to get rid of demons, and because once they latch on to you, it's hard to get rid of them. And even once you may get rid of them physically, but they're still tormenting you through the spiritual realm, through these tormenting monitoring spirits, through gang stalking, things of that nature. You're still being tormented by these familiar spirits. It's the same spirit, different bodies. And this has a lot to do with body snatching and gang stalking as well. It really all, it's all in a nutshell at the end of the day. All of these things take place, pretty much at the same time when the targeted individual is being harassed. There are specific ways these spirits can be formed. They can be formed through unresolved issues from your childhood, from childhood, teen to adult years, anything that you may have went through with your family, that was never tackled. There was never an issue that was never tackled by anyone. And God chose you to shed light on that situation and break the generational curse. And it irritates the demons of other family members, because it's like you serve as a mirror. It's like you're showing them what they should have done. And it brings back a lot of those painful memories, from a lot of those, people in your family, when they see that you're going another route and you're not being normalized to what you grew up seeing and hearing in your family. You're trying to take a different route. You're trying to break barriers and become a better person. Curses that were not acknowledged and broken before you. That's where a lot of these things stem from. It can also stem from issues with family, with friends or family members, as you've, over the years, things that not just, broad family issues, but things just between maybe you or certain family members. Sometimes you may have people in your family that feel they can get away with certain things with you. It's like they've crossed, so many barriers with you that they feel like you're the one that they can always mistreat and get away with. It's like you're being bullied at all the family events. Every time you have a gathering with your family, this person's always saying things to you, being disrespectful, and no one ever speaks up and says anything about it. Also, it can be issues from a past toxic romantic relationship. All of these things can cause demons, and these are things that the monitoring spirits, let me pretty much say, these are the things that they use to attack you with. They use the things that you go through in your life, that you actually go through, to attack you with, so it can seem undetectable, if that makes any sense. Because it's so hard to pick up things that is already occurring in your life as an attack. Overcoming something you've been battling with, that can most certainly bring these entities back around. They're trying to tempt you back into your old ways. They're trying to tease you and taunt you and make you feel guilty in a lot of ways about certain things that you've given up in your life, certain people that you've let go of. A lot of these monitoring spirits will possess people, and when they come around you, they make you feel like you have to accept the behavior from, their behavior towards you. You have to accept the things that they're doing to you. It's like an aggressive attitude when they come around you. You can feel the irritation, from their demons when they come around you. And just know, these people do not like you. They do not care about you. They could care less, but they do care about what you do and how you do it, because they want to find a way to stop anything positive that you have going on. And if these people are doing witchcraft on you, they're most certainly going to, start popping up out of nowhere, asking you certain questions, really wanting to hear you give them a negative feedback. Never give these monitoring spirits negative feedback. And like I said before, only the Most High, Yahweh himself, can be in more than one place at one time. The devil certainly cannot. So that's why he relies on these spirits to torment people and report back to him. Okay. These things can also happen when a person is spiritually dead. When a person has become so normalized to the iniquity that is taking place around them. It's kind of like, if you can't beat them, join them sort of thing. Kind of where a person falls weak to the harassment, the gang stalking, and they can't take it anymore. They feel that if they give in, and when I say give in, I mean kind of go back to some of their old ways, pretty much. And this always pretty much results back in people going around and associating with people that they shouldn't associate with, because that usually brings those habits back. because those people are still engaged in those habits, and that's why God moved you away from them. But if you go back around them, you're probably going to end up engaging, back into some of those same habits yourself. No spiritual discernment. These things can not having any spiritual discernment is probably one of the most scariest things that can take place with a human being right now that wants to do the right thing on this earth, because it's so many sneaky, evil, manipulative people out here that, and their main target is people with a genuine heart. Those are the ones that they like to attack the most. And if you don't have any discernment against it, you can most certainly be a target to a demon's treacherous plot against your life. It's just that serious. They operate in groups, and they're also generational demons as well. And that's what brought me to when I said same spirit, different body. A lot of times, you could, after time, and this is from personal experience, after these things have happened so many times, and after you've been attacked by these spirits so many times, you will begin to pick up on the main source of where these spirits are coming from. You will, in the next video that I'm about to do, I will be talking about the source, the main source of where these spirits come from, and why, why they're being so tormented and attacking you. And I explained those reasons a lot. There's many of reasons that you can be attacked by demons, because there's many different demons that attack you for many different reasons. So I just want everybody to really be aware of what's going on around them. And with that being said, I'm going to tell you a couple of things that takes place when you are being attacked or in the presence of a familiar spirit. You may start to have dreams of dark figures, or or dreams of someone staring at you. God may even reveal someone that that a demonic force is working through them, that's monitoring through them, and you may see them staring, actually, with a staring glare on their face. You may see signs of cats coming around. This is because cats are considered magical and mystical creatures, and their spirit attaches to a lot of witchcraft and divinational spirits. So if these spirits are around and taking place, you may see a lot of cats around, different animals for that matter, especially dogs. They can also carry this spirit. Dogs are most certainly known to carry these type of demonic spirits. So it's even important to know what type of animals you are letting into your home. If you feel an odd feeling about a certain animal that you're about to purchase or have purchased, pay attention to it. It could be for a reason. These things are happening because Satan is trying to keep a demonic stronghold, like I always say. This video is a lot like my monitoring spirit video. Monitoring spirits and familiar spirits are somewhat the same and somewhat different. A monitoring spirit is monitoring you for the purpose of finding out and to report. A familiar spirit is a demon that has been formed through past or present demonic strongholds. Some things that you may have been suffering with in your life, and it created, some type, because everything that we do in sin, it creates a demonic stronghold. So that means that, like, let's say, for instance, if a person is used to smoking cigarettes, and then once they try to stop, that demonic stronghold will start to attack their willpower. So it can be formed through anything. These actions, in a way to, I'm sorry, I said that wrong. A way to recognize if a person is carrying this familiar spirit also is just pay attention to their actions other than what they say, because they may say that they love you and they care about you and they're here for you, but they may show you other signs of disloyalty, and you may also feel it. You know that feeling that you get in the pit of your stomach when certain people come around, and sometimes you ignore it. I'll be honest, guys, I used to be so gullible when I was you know, when I was younger. I had, this is before I knew my spiritual gift of discernment. A lot of people used to come around me and I used to feel so nervous and jittery. My stomach used to just, you know, I just didn't understand where the feeling was coming from. It's not like one of those feelings where you have a crush on someone and you have butterflies and once the ice breaks, everything's fine. No, this is one of those feelings where I'm starting to feel fear and anxiety from it, like real, very shaken. Um, Always pay attention to that gut feeling. I feel that is the Most High speaking to you. Also, guys, relate any actions of a possible monitoring spirit to any past traumas. And what I mean by that is always listen. Well, I know I did say actions speak louder than words, but in this situation, the things that they say is also important. But when it comes to discerning if they're there for you or not, then always take the actions over the words. But always listen to the words that come out of their mouth especially when you feel that you're in the presence of a monitoring spirit. And listen to what they're saying. If they're saying anything relating to something that you've overcome, like a past trauma in your life, that you've healed from, or, any past addictions or anything that you've battled with, and you feel that this person is trying to, they could say something. It could be a saying that you said back then when you were your old self, when you were, living in sin deeply and before you changed your life around. It just could be anything that can relate back to, your past that you're trying to, get away from and do better and change. It's just you would know. It would be something that they would say or do that would remind you of any past traumas that you suffered. And that's their purpose, is to bring that, feeling of depression and sadness back into your life, trying to make you feel, worthless, like what you're currently doing isn't enough, things like that. And I'm here to let you know, guys, that you are enough, and everyone has a past. And just know the fact that you do have a past means that the Most High was with you the whole time, and He has a plan for you, for your future. Approach the spirit in your home. Rid it in the name of Yahshua. Approach it. Make sure everything in your home is cleaned and wiped down, because they do like to attach to any thing that they feel is unclean. I don't care if you're, it could just be something small. Maybe your garbage needs taken out or anything. Just go ahead and take care of that before you do it. And let the spirit know that it's not welcome in your home, and rid it in the name of Yahshua. You don't have to be afraid of anything. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. And when you have the Lord on your side, you don't have anything to be afraid of. There's nothing to fear. Fasting, and I always say this, is necessary because demonic forces attach themselves to the flesh. And that's why we do have, things that we battle with, certain addictions, certain things that we try and overcome. certain temptations, because the flesh is very weak to worldly things, a lot of things that goes on in this world, a lot of and these monitoring spirits know that. So when you fast, you rid them from your flesh. They don't have anything to attach themselves to. And when I say fasting, I don't mean just from food. I mean from everything um, that can toxify the body. Smoking, drinking, anything. Don't even drink wine around that time when you do your fasting. Just drink water, or if you're going to do vegetable fast, fruit fast, or however you do it. But yeah, that always helps. And I just want you guys to know that I've been experiencing this very, very strong. I really have. It's shocking that a lot of people that I have so much respect for, my discernment that the Lord blessed me with allowed me to hear and see the demonic forces that were working through them. So I really would appreciate it if you guys would take heed to the information that I'm presenting to you. Please stay for the entire video, guys. It's very important. Please like the video. Please support the channel. I'm really working hard trying to get this information out to you guys. I noticed that you guys are most certainly not staying for the entire video. And it's starting to make me feel that a lot of people that are subscribed to my channel are monitoring spirits, because when people just come on your channel and they don't like the video and they just watch for a few seconds and click off, they're not there to support. They're just there to watch and gather whatever it is that they're trying to gather in the little minutes that they do watch. They're not really genuinely supporting. So to all of my genuine supporters out there, please support the channel. Please like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel if you like the content. It will be gladly appreciated. I really make these videos because I care about you guys, and I feel that it's my calling to do so. And the reason why I feel that is because a lot of the things that I've went through, I'm talking about it, on this channel. And it amazes me sometimes, because a lot of the times I thought I was crazy. I really did. I thought something was wrong with me. But then when I was led to this and I realized that I wasn't the only one, I couldn't help but thank God and come to realization that this is a part of my calling. So I hope that you guys really appreciate this information, because it does mean a lot to me to present it to you. Not only do I feel like I'm doing the work of the Most High, but I feel like I'm spreading awareness for protection and educational purposes, which is very important in this day and age. So I'm not going to keep you guys. I love you guys so, so much. Everyone stay safe out there. Make sure you pray super duper hard, guys. Right now, I'm not even going to say that you can pray too much, okay? If you have extra room in your house where you can make yourself a prayer space or closet, do that, and just have it, set up just for you only to go and pray and connect with God. It's very important. I love you guys so much, and until the next video, peace and love.